sports. And up next is Xavier Howard, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Dolphins and the Bears, and it comes your way next.
Well, they say an early season snowstorm may be on deck in less than 48 hours, but today is picture-perfect fall football weather. Crisp and cool at Soldier Field in the Windy City. Today is a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start, but I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On 2nd and 2, Fields got an open man. It's Pringle. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Fields now to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time,
and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now Fields. Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now the Bears' 6th-round pick in 2014, Pat O'Donnell on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Here's Hill on the return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And he's looking good now. I mean, 5 touchdown passes in the last game. Okay, he threw a couple of interceptions. That's a little bit of a concern. But I remember a basketball coach telling me one time he had a guy average about 40 points a game. And he said the press got all over him because he didn't play much defense. He said he's averaging over 40 a game. The guy against him's not scoring that. We still have the advantage.
Yeah, and they got the win last week in that effort.
Even better. It's always best to clean up things after a win than after a loss.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Here we go. Ready, go.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins come in looking for win number 8 on the year. And they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
They're going to get a little physical as well. The coverage on that play, knocking that pass away.
Now here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that.
Field's hit and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
On first and 10, it's Mostert. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A run with Mostert up the middle. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. We're scoreless after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Mostert will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Fields throw caught by Sanders. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop. Throwing on second down. Fields. This is Miller, complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Fields. And that will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And this returnable for Hill. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. And here comes Raheem Mostert in the Miami offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here. Because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
A gain of 16 yards, and the Dolphin first down.
Keep grinding, keep grinding. Ready, set.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on down the punt away on 4th down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Fields escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down, Fields. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Fields. Now the pressure comes and he goes down just inside the 10, back at the 9. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Hill to return it. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at Gillette.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We've got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome.
Ready?
3rd quarter starts with a run from Mostert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Mostert a first down carry. This will wind up only getting him a couple, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield, and going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Got a man, it's Waddle complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Holding offense. Hey, we're going to do what we do.
So the big gain, all for naught for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back and then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now this throw caught left side and all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a gain of 34. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Okay.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for the Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. And this one is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sideline and in the huddle looking at each other.
The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. He's hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, I think even more so, is offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really...
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
That run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Sanders on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taken at the goal line.
Oh, good-looking return set up here. The 40. Past the 20. He will score. Touchdown, Bears. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
This taken in at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes Raheem Mostert and the Miami offense.
He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4.
Roquan Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. Room here to run.
160 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 1st down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with
Touchdown! Mike Gesicki, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Sanders now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drive 7 plays in length.
And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Fields. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Dancing to his left. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Fourth down. Fields has to have this one.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? Right. It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
180 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here we go, set. Black block. Blue check.
Here's Mostert.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
They'll run with Mostert.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further. And that is what you call lowering the boom down near the goal line. He was going to force his way in no matter what.
They always talk about low man wins when it comes to the offensive line, having the leverage to move the defenders. It's strong man wins when it comes to tackling in the red zone. And if you happen to be the low man and the strong man, that's a huge win.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here's Fields. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
Here's Mostert. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
On the bet. Go.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And he's going to bring up a 3rd down.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. On play action, here's Tua.
He'll swing this out to Mostert.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Bears will get the football back.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
Here's Fields. Oh, going for Sanders downfield.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields throwing again.
eluding the pressure right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Fields. Well, that's complete to Sanders.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields.
And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Dances by at the 20. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Operating from the gun. Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Tua now on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Dolphins, the win is their 8th on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.